She's amazing. She is, ouch. I don't expect everybody to have read this. Oh my gosh. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooke if you're new here, and if you're not new here, welcome back. So today we're going to be doing the mid-year book freakout tag. It is this tag that I stumbled upon when I was looking at Booktube content, and I thought it would be really fun to do. I didn't get tagged in it. I might tag a couple people, so I'll link their channels up here and in the description if I do end up tagging somebody. We will see. I want to preface this by apologizing for the mess that is my hair right now. I didn't feel like straightening it for this video, and it's so humid out. My hair is just doing whatever it wants, so oh well. So the first question is the best book that you've read so far in 2020, but it is Throne of Glass by J Maas. I'm not even done it yet. I have probably about 100 pages to go. This book is incredible. I'm actually buddy reading it with someone from Instagram right now. I'll link both of our channels in the description. She's amazing. She is, ouch. She's amazing. She's such a cool person, and I'm so excited that she was my first buddy read partner. So honestly, this is a book that I probably shouldn't have tried to do a buddy read with, because all I want to do is binge it. I could have read the whole thing the minute I bought it. I have the second one coming in the mail along with J Maas's new book, Crescent City. Sorry, it's not actually called Crescent City. It's called House of Earth and Blood, I think, but the series is called Crescent City. So this is the best book I've read so far, and I think it's going to be the best book probably of 2020. I don't think it's going to change. I read the Court of Thorns and Roses series this year, which was also incredible. I'm not saying this is better, but I read this more recently, and it's really hard to choose a favorite of J Maas's books. If you're a fan of her work, please let me know in the comments and tell me what your favorite book of hers is, because I would love to know. So, best sequel I've read so far in 2020. You know, that's a hard question to answer because I haven't read a ton of series. I started a couple, but I haven't read the second one, just like this, Throne of Glass. But let me go get one. I'm back. Okay, continuing on the theme of J Maas, this is A Court of Mist and Fury. This book is so incredible. I feel like it still smells new. It does, it still smells new. So I got this, I don't know when I got this. I think it was earlier this year, but this is probably the best sequel I've read. Might be the only sequel I've read this year. I mean, if you count like A Court of Mist and Fury and A Court of Frost and Starlight. Just so you know, there's gonna be a lot of J Maas on this list, so if you don't like her, maybe don't continue with this because you might get upset, but I'm sorry. So yeah, this honestly, just an incredible book. I mean, A Court of Thorns and Roses was awesome. This book is like, I swear, it's almost twice the size, which made it so much better because you got more of the story. I'm just gonna turn these around so this is more aesthetically pleasing. Okay, 3, a new release you haven't read yet, but you want to. Right, A House of Earth and Blood. So that is coming in the mail. It should be coming tomorrow. I'm going to start it immediately when I get it. As soon as I can get my hands on it, I will start it. J Maas is going to be really bad for my wallet this year because Throne of Glass has like 8 books or something, and I'm going to buy them all. What are you going to do? You know, I mean, readers gotta read. So yes, Crescent City, the first of the Crescent City series by J Maas, is my most anticipated book. That it's a new release, but I haven't read it yet. Number 4, most anticipated release for the second half of the year. I will also have these questions written in the description so that if you want to do this tag, you can go ahead and just copy and paste them to use. So my most anticipated release of the second half of the year is going to be Midnight Sun. by Stephanie Meyer. So I'm sure that all of you know this. If you're watching Booktube videos, you probably know what this book is about, but it is Twilight from Edward's perspective. The first chapter of this book was leaked way back when. I cannot remember what year this happened. I was definitely still in like school, so it had to have been at least, what year are we in? 5-6 years ago. It had to have been quite a while ago, so, but I think I don't even know if I was in like high school. I can't remember. But anyways, moral of the story is a bunch of the chapters of Midnight Sun were released without Stephanie Meyer's permission, obviously. So then she stopped, I guess, writing it, or just decided not to publish or whatever. I don't know the whole story there. So she ended up not publishing it, and now it's finally coming out, and I'm so excited. Midnight Sun is coming out in August, I believe. And then I have another one to add on to this, just because I'm going to be obnoxious about Sarah J Maas. In January, she has the fourth, I don't know whether to call it the fourth or fifth. It calls it the fourth on the chapters website in the A Court of Thorns and Roses series, because we have the 3 main books, and then we have the novella, so it comes after the novella. I believe it's going to be from Cassian and Nesta's perspective, so God help us all, because let me know in the comments if you like Nesta. I know that that's kind of a controversial thing, but let me know, because I don't really like her. I'm not going to get into that in this video, but I don't really like Nesta. If you like her, come at me. I don't know. Give me the reasons why you like her, because I don't see any. So those are my 2 most anticipated releases. That one will come out in January, so it's a little bit further in the future. Number 5, biggest disappointment. I will be right back. Okay. This is Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett. This was recommended in a video that I watched, and I thought the concept sounded so cool. So basically, there's this thing called scribing, and it's kind of like magical coding. So you can code objects to think that they do something that they don't do, or that you can code them to think a different way. I had pretty high expectations for this book. It did not deliver, honestly. I enjoyed, when it comes down to it, I enjoyed the story. I did. I think it was very cool. I don't enjoy the way it was delivered, and if you're a fan of Robert Jackson Bennett, I'm not saying that he's not talented, because this writing is talented. This is the writing of a talented author, but it's not something that I like to read. It was incredibly hard to read. If you go on my Goodreads, which I have linked, I just finished it yesterday, and I started this book back in May, at the end of May, which I do not take 2 weeks to read a book. I just don't. And this, I can only read a couple chapters and then I had to put it down. It wasn't a book that I could just sit down and read, which is really disappointing to me, because if I'm reading a good fantasy novel, I want it to be a book that I can't put down, just like Throne of Glass, which I know is YA, so it's a little bit different, and I don't know if it's because I'm used to reading YA, and YA is a little bit more simplified than this kind of stuff, but I found that a lot of the time I didn't know what was going on, and it was really frustrating, and I felt like I should be taking notes, which for me is a little bit frustrating, because I want to be able to just enjoy a book. And then, I don't really want to be taking notes like it's a textbook. So anyways, this was my biggest disappointment. Now, on to my biggest surprise. This is 6 of Crows. So I'm sure you've heard of this book. If you haven't, then I'm not sure if you actually have internet, because this has just been plastered all over. And everybody has really high praise for it. And I understand that now. I understand where people are coming from when they praise the book like this. There was a problem with this book, and I'll tell you why it was my biggest surprise. It wasn't a surprise because it was good. I expected this book to be good because of all the raving reviews on it, why it was a surprise was because when I started the book, I hated it. I honestly, the first few chapters were so confusing. I was like, am I even reading the first book in this series? I don't know what's going on. The first chapter is in the point of view of someone who just you don't hear from again for the rest of the book. So anyways, I almost didn't finish this book, and I had such high expectations, and they were pretty crushed in the first few chapters. But here's where the surprise comes in. It ended up being incredible, an absolutely incredible book, and I bought the sequel, Crooked Kingdom, and yeah, I have a deep connection to the story, but I'm not sure if I'm super connected with any of the characters yet, so I'm hoping that I'm kind of gonna develop a deeper connection with them in Crooked Kingdom. But anyways, biggest surprise of 2020. Number 7 is my favorite new author, debut or new to you. So, this author I found through AuthorTube, and as you know, I'm kind of a hybrid AuthorTube Booktube channel. Her name is Sutton. I will link her channel below and put it in a card. You need to go subscribe to her. She's adorable, and she is an incredible writer. She sent me an arc of her new novel, Out of My League, and it debuts on the 16th of June. Honestly, I was so blown away. She's self-published, and I would love if you guys would go support her. She's so incredible, and yeah, she is my favorite new to me author of the year. She's not new because she has published one other book, What Are Friends For, but she's new to me, so go check her out. She's awesome. Number 8, newest fictional crush. Okay, wow. How can you limit it to just one, though? Okay, well, you guys, anybody who's read A Court of Thorns and Roses, you know that I'm going to say Rhysand. Let's just get that over with. I mean, he's probably the biggest one. Then, I mean, I'm only partway through Throne of Glass, or like I'm almost done, but Dorian and Chaol, I mean, it's hard not to like them. It's hard to like them in the beginning, but it becomes very hard not to like them later on. I think they're cute. So yeah, I mean, Rhysand is definitely like OG though. Number 9 is my newest favorite character. If you haven't already guessed it, it's someone from A Court of Thorns and Roses. It's Asriel. I absolutely love Asriel's story. I love everything about him. He's amazing. And if he's not your favorite character in A Court of Thorns and Roses, what are you doing? Because, yeah. Number 10, a book that made me cry. Ooh. Be right back. Okay. I think this list should really just be called Sarah J Maas mid-year book freakout tag, but oh well. This book, I swear I cried for the last like 80 pages of this. I just couldn't keep it together. If you read it, you know, I'm not going to spoil it because I don't expect everybody to have read this. Oh my gosh. But also, this book is huge. This book is humongous. It's like 700 pages. That is insane. But anyways, Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas. I shed a lot of tears. I'm not even mad about it. 11, book that made you happy. Wow, if A Court of Wings and Ruin broke me, A Court of Frost and Starlight put me back together. I absolutely love this book. It was honestly just so wholesome and so adorable. People complain about it, but I absolutely loved it. I think that all of the characters, after all the crap they went through in the first 3 books, I think they deserved this book wholeheartedly. We just got to see the relationships develop between the characters, and we got to see them in like a regular setting, like where they weren't fighting for their lives, and I think it's just the most adorable little novella, and I needed it in my life. It also made me cry, but it was happy tears. It was happy tears. So, most beautiful book, oh, sorry, this is number 12. Most beautiful book that you've bought so far this year or received. So, I'm gonna probably say it's Six of Crows. I don't know if you've seen like the art inside of these, but I think that like the cover is nice too. If I would have bought this in hardcover, it definitely would have been the most beautiful book. But so that's probably the most beautiful one that I've bought. I'm about to order the 20th anniversary house editions of Harry Potter. I'll be ordering them in the Ravenclaw house colors, and I have never been more excited for a book, to be honest. I mean, I'm really excited about every book I buy, but this has got to take the cake. These books are incredible. I'll link them on the chapters website if you haven't seen them. Go check them out if you're a Harry Potter fan and you're going to empty your wallet into your Indigo card, because they're incredible. I'm about to order the Philosopher's Stone one, and then I'm going to order them one by one because I don't need to drop like $100 ordering them all at once. They only have 4 released. The 5th one's going to release on the 11th of June, and then the rest of them are going to come out later. And yeah, I mean, that's going to be the most beautiful book I own. They are so incredible. If you're wondering, I'm ordering the hardcovers. I have a set of Harry Potter books. I didn't purchase them though. I got them, I mean, I don't know if they're actually mine even. They might have been like, kind of like me and my siblings, but oh well, I mean, I stole them, so. So I've never bought a set of Harry Potter books for myself, so I thought it was about time, and they are not gonna be for reading. They're pretty much just gonna be like a collector's thing for me, but yeah. Number 13, I do not like how there are 13 questions, but I'll deal with it. What books do you need to read by the end of the year? Oh boy. So if we're being real, I'm definitely gonna finish the Throne of Glass series by the end of the year. So that'll be seven or eight books. I will read Crescent City. I will finish reading Reinvention by Arlene Dickinson. I will finish reading On Writing by Stephen King. I will read Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo. I'm going to be rereading the Twilight Saga in anticipation of Midnight Sun. I'm really kind of gonna have to hurry up on that because they come out in August. So what else? That's the bulk of it, I think. But I'm gonna pick up more on the way. That's the problem with Booktube, is that you see everybody buying books and it makes you want to buy books. But that is it for the mid-year book freakout tag. If you guys want to do this tag, jump aboard because it is really fun actually. It was a very cool tag to do. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and tell me in the comments what book made you cry, because I'd love to know. Tell me if you've read A Court of Thorns and Roses and if those made you cry specifically. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!